been in a phase recently where I've started thinking about the past a little bit more again. And usually, you know, when I start to do that, I start to look at old stuff, usually older than this because I really do not like this era of my life. Although in this particular video, I feel like I had kind of a cool setup with the paintings and shit in the background. That was kind of dope. That was kind of dapper, not gonna lie. But I start thinking about kind of this time on my channel, where I was using all the weird schizo thumbnails and stuff. Like I feel like that shit was fire. Um, and like all my titles didn't have anything to do with the video. Like some of these, I mean, it's just why this one is about a certain person that I used to live with, a certain Asian YouTuber that is no longer with us. I mean, he's with us, but he's not on YouTube. Um, and I did this whole last thing. I did this whole last thing, um, kind of in response to that world I was living in at the time. Um, and I don't know, I feel like there just used to be so much. Like even when there wasn't stuff going on in my life, it felt like there was a lot going on in my life. Um, and part of me, really wants to just return to having a lot of things that I'm doing and things that are going on. It's just that it takes money to do stuff. And so this kind of bizarre existence right now. Like a lot of these videos, they're so long, it's like, what did I even talk about in them? I don't know. It's been years. It's been half a decade since some of these were posted. I mean, look at this. Half a decade, right? That's crazy. That's completely insane. I mean, you can go back really far and then you end up seeing stuff from like 7, 8, 9 years ago, 10 years ago. Like, that's crazy. Um, but I'm in a situation right now where I look at the state of the modern internet, like where the internet really is right now, and I can't help but feel kind of alienated from pretty much everything about it. Like from the prevalence of a short form video in the form of TikTok to the kind of asinine ways in which all of the AI shit is pushed on us at all times, to the obsession with looks maxing and the most shallow surface level aspects of a person's existence, um, all the consumerism. Not to say all consumerism is bad, but the sheer extent to which it's emphasized and flaunted to people in tandem with just the obnoxious politics shit that you see everywhere and the general instability of the world. Like, it makes me want to go back to a more innocent time. Um, it's like I look at all this shit and my part of me just wants to go back to that time and experience it again. Like, let me see if I can find another example of what I'm talking about. I'm sleepy. Um, like it shouldn't take me long scrolling for it on this channel because there's not very many videos on this channel. Most of these are just my adventures with my ex. Oh my god, my browser broke again. Which means I'm gonna have to, yep, okay. Um, Hold on. See, like, you really have to scroll back on this channel. But also, like, not that far. Yeah, yeah. This era. Right here. When I posted, like, for example, this video, I go insane without learning new things. 4 years ago. Um, I just talked about how, like, things for me basically revolve around how much stuff I can learn and, like, when. If I don't have that in my life, I become very depressed. And I will very quickly start looking for things to learn or things to test my knowledge or, um, you know, try to get my brain going with. And that's what I talked about in this video. But, I do that stuff all the time. I feed my curiosity all the time these days, but I there's something more from this specific era of my life that I'm longing for that I don't know really if it can ever be gotten back because a lot of it has to do with just like what society was like at the time. There were fewer normies on the internet. The internet was less mean of a place. There wasn't so much of an emphasis on like attention span destroying mind rot like there is now. And then like you look at like I mean it's kind of funny I'm saying this because there's a political video on the screen right now. It's trying to recommend me, but uh like you know there was a lot of this shit. You feel me? There's a lot of this shit nowadays where like they understand that they need to get your attention somehow. The only way they can do that is by making you angry and polarized. And so they do a really good job at that. But it makes like the world that we live in more sad when like everybody's focus is so centered around around just like being mad at each other and heavily disagreeing on virtually everything. Um, Now here's one from when I first moved here, when I was just playing on that little TV in the center of the room. Oh man, those were good times too. So it's like it's not all bad. It's like I'm nostalgic for when I first came here too. I was playing so much medieval. I was so locked in. I felt so happy. Um, it's like even though me and my ex were having a lot of trouble with each other, it like we were still having a lot of fun. Um, and it was a more innocent time too because it was a time back when she was like more willing to acknowledge my feelings and to actually like try in the relationship and stuff. Whereas like, after we got back together, it's like she just didn't even remotely try anymore. It's like she actually did the opposite of try. It's like the things she would try to do would just be to hurt me. And so, I had to get out of there. But there are some good memories like that, like we would just like sit around and talk and play these old games. And I actually sold my copy of Medieval and Medieval 2 in order to pay for her to come here one time. Um, and I really miss Medieval, really miss Medieval 2. Do not particularly miss her at this point. I'll tell you that much. That was a fucking nightmare I went through with her. Had some good things, had some good aspects, but god damn, that was a nightmare, man. I mean, she just put me through hell. Um, but and then I had stuff like this too, where like I was playing Armored Core 2 on the PlayStation 1, just like doing these battles, like really locked in and like grinding and like upgrading my mech with like the money that I would earn from the battles and getting really like immersed in what I was doing. And I don't know, like I kind of want to do that again too. Just get like lost in a game like that again, but like I have to balance it because there's a certain amount of time every day that I have to spend studying no matter what. I can never break the rule. But basically after that, there's like all my time is totally free. It's just that usually I spend that time just like listening to stuff in my target language. And so it's like extra study time that like I'm not even trying to study. I just wind up doing it after that point. And it gets kind of addictive because it's like, oh, I'm doing even more of the thing, I'm doing even more stuff that kind of like more closely aligns with my goals. And I get so like euphoric from that it makes it hard to do other stuff, but I also think that it's good to have balance. It's good to do other things as well. And when I've picked up a controller and kind of engaged in some of these activities, um, within the past couple months, it's like each of those times I had a really good experience. For me, it's just all about, actually like um, ensuring that I don't do it too much. Um, but with my schedule, it's not too hard to prevent that because the way I have it set up is I do all of my required studying, like the studying that is like an essential part of my routine. It cannot change. This is the bare minimum of what I have to do, which, for me, the bare minimum is a lot more than like the average person who's studying a language every day. It like multiple hours right after waking up. For a lot of people, that would seem pretty excessive, or even just multiple hours in general you know, would seem like a bit much. But it's like for me, with how much time I've dedicated to this stuff and like the way my brain works, it seems like so little. But because of the way that I set my schedule up, I basically have it to where I do it as soon as I wake up for however many hours it takes. And then, the rest of the day could theoretically be free if I didn't just choose to do more studying, which is usually what happens. So, like, it's not even really as if it's like possible for me to fuck up on my schedule because my schedule happens literally as soon as the day begins. Like, it's how I start the day. By the way, that's a really cool picture. But, um, yeah, I don't know. Um, I mean, I could give some of the, especially before I move out of here, which will have to be pretty soon. Um, I could give some of these games I have a go. I just, you know, um, just get some of that stuff in there. You know what I'm saying? Um, This was back when I was doing Japanese, man. I've got like whatever TV show that is that I was watching, and then my shit was like written so poorly, but it doesn't really matter because you're making it to where you can remember the shit better. But I would just like sit for hours and hours and hours writing this shit out. I would incessantly write the characters out. And I would have my little mnemonics: baseball plus sun equals rising sun, which is Japan, and it's like some of these kanji, you just never forget them. You never forget some of these. Um, they stay in your head forever. And, it's like you can still read them um, after the fact is crazy. And like, I would just watch like so much Japanese TV without subtitles. Like, I guess in this video, I talked about how I felt like a constant sense of progress. I had these little notes all over my room that said study. Some of them had it in English, and then they had like the kanji for study on there as well. I was really just like obsessed. Like it was all I thought about. Like all I could think about was studying Japanese. And that's how I've been with Spanish for like half a year now. Over half, however long it's been. Of course, this is the original RTK Anki deck. Um, what was I even saying in this video? I don't know. I mean, I was probably just explaining the mnemonics. Um, I do not know what the kanji for eminent was. That's interesting. Um, I was on Windows 7 back then too. That's kind of hilarious to me. I just used this really like antiquated Windows 7 machine, and that was like my main thing. Also, I had like all my computers, like all my devices, everything was just in Japanese. Like that's like what I do with Spanish now. Um, that's crazy, man. I don't know. Now we're getting into like this is like the depression era of my life, man. This is like when I was sad that like all my friends were gone and I was basically just miserable all the time because like my friends stopped talking to me and I was like posting shit like like this like really like neat pilled like fuck work type stuff. Um like yeah, I mean it was pretty dramatic to be honest. Um but that as I'm talking about this, there's this video, The Strange 2020 Effect. I have not seen it, but I'm gonna guess it talks about some of the stuff I talked about in this video. Yo, this guy right here, this guy's definitely experiencing the 2020 effect. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. Kanye is not well. And here I thought I was gonna avoid talking about current events. It's true though. That's the other thing too, is like I have nostalgia for when he was first like really crashing out. I have heavy nostalgia for that. See what this guy's up to. Oh, not much. Okay. Um, yeah, I really miss when uh Kanye was first crashing out. I remember exactly where I was at. I remember being at No Thank You's house in No Thank You's room when the video first dropped. Also, I need to make a video that looks like this. Actually, that might be precisely what I do. after I upload this. I need to make something that looks just like this. What the fuck? Thank you, Mr. No Thank You, for inspiring me once again. We inspire each other. It's this nice kind of cyclical thing where, yo, this dude used to have hair. That's crazy. But it's this nice, like, cyclical thing where, like we get into a call and we're doing things, we're hanging out, and it's like he watches my videos, I watch his videos, and then like the ideas ensue. The ideas ensue. Bro made a 31-minute video just like trashing Dotesmite over CS footage, I'm pretty sure. This is crazy. This is actually nuts. I mean, I know it's a parody, but like, bro, I agree. I don't rate shows and only recommend a worth watching slash not worth watching standard by the YouTuber with no name. I wonder who that could be. Frankly, I have no idea. But whoever it is can't be good. Let's see what this person is up to. Not much. I don't think they do videos anymore. I think also like a lot of the videos they used to have up are actually privated now too. No, they're still here. Okay. They've got some here like multiple times. This person was cool like back when they were releasing all this shit, but like they're they're kind of, I don't know what you call it. Like I really like their OSRS channel. I don't know how to find it. Okay, well never mind. I could just ask them to send me a link. I mean, I have it in my subscriptions. I'm just not logged in, but um yeah, I don't know. It felt like they were kind of try-harding, to be honest, when they tried to do this like no thank you style content. It felt like they were kind of try-harding, like not really being themselves. It seems like they're in a better place now, to be honest. It seems like they're doing a lot better, which is, I mean, that's good. But yeah, like bro would post like stuff like this. This video like wandering in Nuke. This video's so good. It's so fucking good. Like I don't know why. Like I've got like certain videos like this that I've watched so many times from him. Like another one of his that I've watched like over and over and over. Wait, I don't know if I can find it. He might have taken it down. Oh yeah, this is not an anime review. The last time I rewatched this video, I watched it on my X60, my ThinkPad X60, which is like a little tiny machine like this one, except it has like a square like 4 by 3 screen, and it was super super comfy to watch it that way. It was like one of the like most comfy experiences I had, but it's a really sad video. So it's like, you know, not really like one I'd recommend. This is the other weird thing too, is that like I know No Thank You the person, and I knew him at this time, and I was really worried about him back then, and I tried to do everything I could to help. But like also like this is the weird thing, right? Like I felt like his like depression and misanthropy like made the videos like really good. Like he still makes really good videos. It's just like it was like a specific vibe that like it happens once and then it doesn't happen again. And if you try to chase after it, you'll go crazy. You'll go completely insane if you try to chase after whatever this is. Wait, what effect does coffee have on the brain? Okay, I'll watch this video after. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of the same thing with my videos, like to bring it back around. I had like all these like videos talking about my depression and these like depressing works of literature and stuff that I was reading at the time. And you know, like, is it really possible to go back to being like that, like to being just totally immersed in the digital world, a better digital world, and kind of having this beautiful melancholy and stuff? Like, I mean, I don't really know. It's like if you're chasing after that, you're just gonna make yourself go crazy. You're gonna make yourself miserable. You're gonna make yourself nuts. Like, I don't want to deal with all that gay shit, man. Like, I just want to live my life. And so, yeah, I find myself in kind of a strange, um, not even predicament. It's just interesting, right? Like to think about nostalgia and to see how it is like affecting the way that you think and feel. Certainly, like in my case, it's like it it leads me to like going back to all these videos and like trying to sort of get myself in the headspace that I was in at the time, and like just trying my best to remember what it was like to feel that way and to live that existence. Like, it's such a personal thing. Like, I don't even know. Like, I definitely know that in this video, I'm not doing a good job at describing it. In other videos, I've done a pretty good job at describing it because I've talked about this so many fucking times. Uh, but like, it's nonetheless still like a part of my life, you know? Um, and I don't know what to do with it. Uh, yeah, I don't know. Good YouTube channel. Like, honestly, this is one of the best YouTube channels. Like whatever No Thank You did with this, like I don't like what is this shit? Like this like really like anti-civ like post-human stuff. Like that was crazy. And it's not like the weird like why does he have a telesaur clip in here? It's not like the like LARPer shit from like 14-year-olds on Denpachan that like think that they're so innovative because they say the word Raiju or some stupid shit like that. Like it's not like the literal like room temperature IQ retards that you see on that website. It's like something that feels like totally authentic and innovative. And you can tell by looking at those people's posts because it's like they sort of have this perception of themselves like they're these independent thinkers that have figured out so much, but they're really not, right? Like they're just following this guy. You know, they're just watching this guy's videos and thinking that they agree with everything he's saying, but then they just like misrepresent and butcher the points that he makes. And it's weird because like I can go back through all this stuff and enjoy the videos just as videos. Maybe it's because he and I are friends. It allows me to like appreciate the art in a non-parasocial way. Like he and I became friends before he even really started making videos on this YouTube channel. I still remember when he linked this channel to me with the first vlog. And so maybe my experience is just going to like inevitably be like fundamentally different than the strange people on the internet you come across. Um, because like I don't just go back to my own channel to remember things. I go back to his channel. I go back to his channel and to my channel, sometimes to Doth's channel, not nearly as much though, just because she showed, or excuse me, they showed up a little bit later. They showed up at a later time in my life, in a less important and significant time. Frankly, in a time that I do not have very much nostalgia for, because I was just going through so much identity insanity at that time, and that was unpleasant. Not even because of like confusion over my own identity. I was just like lying constantly back then about who I was, and that's not fun. It's not fun to do that. Um, so not as much nostalgia for like the 2020 to like 2021 age. really at all. But I mean, still, Dope Smite's cool. They make cool videos. But really, like this stuff, I I don't know. It's like it must be so strange. Like when people like see us together like in videos and like talking and stuff, because it must be so different for them than like whatever their experience is. I don't know what their experience is because like I'm not like living that life. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like he and I have talked so much, like such a large amount that literally um like I can go through these videos and it'll remind me of like specific conversations he and I were having back then, and that'll help me remember more events from my life. Because we'd be talking every day, whatever I was going through or whatever he was going through, it's like we both heard about it. And so, yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's something interesting there. Something interesting, like not just about friendship, but like being friends with somebody who also publicizes massive amounts of their life. And I mean, of course, Noah's content has changed a bit since then. Like since then, he's been doing more this thing where he doesn't talk as much about his life or life events. I mean, he updates people on like his hobbies and stuff, like the development of his hobbies or his philosophy. But it's definitely not as like autobiographical as it once was, which is like really like the kind of stuff that, frankly, I still do, but the kind of stuff that I think brought this space into focus, the kind of stuff that this space was built out of. It was like a combination of like talking about philosophy, talking about media, talking about music, talking about politics and society, but then also like talking about one's life. And what kind of happened is like, he ended up telling like basically all the stories he had, um, and then like that was done with, right? It was there were no more videos like that to make. Um, yeah, I don't know. Um, I I I have so many events that happen in my life that like I I find it's hard to not do the autobiographical stuff because there more and more keeps happening, and there's still so many stories I haven't even told. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Hopefully this video didn't come off too depressing. I am just tired right now. Like I'm really sleepy. I just can't sleep. So I might come off a different way, but I think I got across everything I wanted to say. I'm either gonna watch this video in Portuguese or this video in Spanish. I'm gonna watch this one first because it's shorter. Actually, who is this? Who's the baddie over here? Hello, with the energy drink analysis. She's gonna ask the question if they are bad or not. Um, what does the science say? Please, baby, tell me. Um, a lot of people in my audience would look at this woman and go like, "Oh, she has a horse face. Her eyes are too big." Bro, my standards do not work like that. If I just see like a woman that looks like kind of different, I'm like, "Wow, this person is attractive." Um, I don't live in the world. I live in my own world. The world that the rest of you are living in, that's the fake world. The world that I live in is the real world because I said so. There's not really any other reason. It's just because I said so. Um, and you're just gonna have to deal with that. The people who combine these with alcohol are fucking crazy, bro. Like, bro, if you're doing like the energy drinks with the vodka, it's like just put the bottle down, man. It's too much. You're gonna you're gonna end up drinking too much because you're not gonna feel as drunk as you normally would, and you're just gonna have a bad time. It's gonna be bad for your heart. Be careful. Be well. Take care of yourself.